What's
Well,
up? How you feeling?
good, good, good.
I love it.
My first repeat guest, Motaz, Askar, Izzo.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How you been?
I've been good. Chicago is not too cold right now.
No, no. It's actually good weather today. I might go golfing in about an hour or so.
That's great.
You know,
Did you
yeah.
did you ever been to Canada?
Never been to Canada. Always wanted to though.
Okay. That like you're living right now. Are you thinking maybe like staying there for I know you opened the gym, so you're gonna be there.
Chicago?
Yeah,
Yeah, no. I want to live here the rest of my life. Obviously, I'd love to visit other places, go back
yeah,
to my home country, Palestine.
yeah.
And visit and go there. But live? Nah, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
It's
I've already, I've
yeah.
already lived somewhere else, so I'm good.
Ah, that's sweet. That's sweet. And how is it like grew up in there and like is it too like because you live in a nice part of town?
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
live in the nicer part of town for sure. I don't be living in the bad places. But
yeah,
yeah, I moved around a lot when I was a kid. I moved probably like 8, 9 times. I was born in Palestine, and then we moved out to Chicago. I was moving out, and I was closer. I was like 20 minutes from the city.
yeah.
I lived in Oak Lawn, Burbank, Oak Lawn, and then just kept moving. I ended up in a really nice area, pretty safe area, And then we opened up this gym closer to where I was growing up because we wanted to build. Me and my brothers, we wanted to build like a family community and like a community family gym,
Mhm.
and also have like all the kids and the people close to our age, whoever want to pursue fighting, have a place to come and train with legit people.
Absolutely. For people who don't necessarily know, community is an important aspect of martial arts. I mean,
Yeah.
you come into the gym, you see people you know, and like you talk about anything really, and then you get some rounds. And it's a great way to build because they've been through like a purple belt. He's been through what you've been through as a white belt or blue belt, and he's gonna
Yes.
help you out, and everybody's just growing together, basically.
100%. Yeah, we've been through it, so now it's our turn to finally teach these people, and finally teach these kids, however old they are, whoever wants to learn how to fight, train. So we got a lot of people on the fight team already, man. We just opened up a few weeks ago, and we're already building the team, and it's looking real nice. And it's pretty nice to be called coach, because you're
Absolutely.
always the guy training. Been training forever, so to be able to have guys look up to you and want to train under you, and me and my brother running the team, it's a beautiful thing, and it's going to become a beautiful thing. And hopefully in the next, we projected like 8 to 15 years, build the team of you know 20, 30, 40, 50 people, whoever wants to join a fight team, and created like a team that's actually going to be big in this, not just.
Exactly, because for people again who don't know, there's basically the fitness gym that kind of is toward for everyone, and then there's more like American Top Team or AKA, where it's really for fighters. And sometimes you see gym transition. They have so many good guys that they can't really be open like this. It's more like on invitation. Um, right.
True.
Yep.
Um, yeah, a lot of gyms, like especially bigger end gyms, are invitation tryouts. Every gym has to start out in a way, and then maybe if it becomes exclusive and legit, then maybe you have to turn to that. But obviously, we're opening our arms to most people. We're not really like bringing in people who just like have absolutely no idea what they're doing. But if they have some type of an idea of what they know, then we allow them on the team, and we get it cracking, baby.
Absolutely, and basically you're doing this for passion, but eventually it's endeavor that can bring in money, and over the time like
Exactly.
you have a long-term view of it with your brother, 8 to 15 years like you said. And there's always this talk about the post career of athletes and fighters. I mean, sometimes they blew all their money, and as we know, like fighters, they don't necessarily make the most money. Right now it's changing because the sport is growing so much. There's so many sponsors and eyes on it, but there's
Yeah.
always a post career basically. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, man. We had a vision of opening up a gym for a long ass time. We've been personal trainers and working as you know trainers to people who want to obviously like lose weight, gain muscle, get better shape. But we've also done like a lot of training for people who want to learn how to fight, kickbox, box, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, whatever it may be. So we always knew we're like, man, we're gonna open up a gym one day because we've been working. All my brothers have been working at a gym since we were 18,
Yeah.
and we knew it was like inevitable that we were gonna open up a gym one day and create this fight team, create this like nice like atmosphere for people to come in and do whatever we want. We're trying to be the only gym in the area and hopefully like in the in the whole state and everything, and just the world, whatever. Being having fitness and a real fitness program, a real wrestling program, a real jiu-jitsu, MMA, everything, not just fighting, not just fitness. Mix it all together and have people want to come here and lose weight. Like we're not gonna bring on the soccer moms and just start teaching them how to be a Muay Thai specialist. Like they're not here for that. They want to come and tighten up, lose some weight. Like that's what we're on, and we're trying to be great in every aspect of fitness, MMA, boxing, whatever it may be.
That's great. That's
So
nice. And the sport
yeah,
is changing so much. Like 20 years ago, it was mostly guys, maybe wrestlers that want to do MMA or stuff like that. But now you see kids, you see moms, you see a lot of people. Basically, like it has to be crazy to
yeah,
see like this big shift because every event brings so many people. Like,
yeah,
like we might talk about Cheeto and O'Malley, but it's so much entertainment and like the UFC do such a good job at just promoting the sport. And you see like people like they open a UFC PI in Mexico, they have one in Shanghai, and like
yeah,
those places are free to train and get nutrition for the fighters. And tapping into this different market like Spain with Topuria and France with all these French fighters, it's becoming really
yeah,
worldwide basically.
yeah. 100%. It's huge, and like you said, every event, even if it's not a fight night or not even even if it's not a UFC pay-per-view, bro, fight nights be bringing in eyes. People are like, oh, I watched this, I seen this guy, oh wow, that knockout was crazy, whatever.
Mm.
Every time, and like you said too, it's like, bro, we'll have women that be like, I want to do that MMA class. We're like, oh, it's like, okay, if you want, you can come in. It's just a bunch of guys though, but it doesn't matter. If you want to fight, let's do it. You're gonna get hit though,
Yeah.
so sign this waiver. Okay, get ready.
That's crazy.
So like, hey, if they want to, we here. So let's
Absolutely.
do it.
And talking about the gym, like, is it classes like at night, 5 p.m.? Do you run the
Yeah.
classes?
So I'm gonna have to be a sales pitch kind of guy right now. So we have
Absolutely.
we got 7 days a week we're open. We're going Monday through Sunday, obviously. Monday and Friday we're open at 6:30 for the classes, and then every other day we're open at 8. We close every day at 9, besides the weekend and Friday. Friday we close at 8. Saturday, Sunday we close at 2. Um, the weekends the people are trying to get in, get out, go enjoy their weekend. So we're not open all the way through, just like every other gym. But we have 27 classes on the schedule, just fitness. We have a 6:30 a.m. Monday and Friday. We have a 9:15 a.m. every day. We have a 12 o'clock 3 days a week. We have a 4:30 kids class 5 days a week for the kids because we love the kids,
Absolutely.
And then we have a 5:45 boxing kickboxing class for the people who want to come in and get in shape. We have a lot of the guys who are the fighters who are trying to be fighters too. We tell them do that class, build up your cardio, learn how to clean up your technique. We have that 5:45 Monday through Friday, and then we have a 7 o'clock class every day, Monday through Friday, and then we have the fighting classes, which is Muay Thai. We have Muay Thai, which is Monday, Friday at 7, and then Tuesday, Thursday at 10:15,
Mhm.
and then the MMA, which is ran by me and my brother. The actual MMA program is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 to 9. And as soon as we keep building the team, we're gonna make it a longer practice and make it 8 to 9 and 9:30. And then eventually, man, if it gets huge, we'll make it like 8 to 10 and make it a 2-hour practice. Um, and then possibly move it into the morning. When people start making it like their actual livelihood, we can switch it to make it in the morning, possibly. So we have to see. At the end of the day, I'm still doing my career. I'm still fighting, and still training. So as much as I want to build these kids, I'm still doing my thing. And what I like about them is you get to train with these dudes,
Yeah.
train with these guys, and some of them are not kids, man. Some of them are grown men.
Yeah.
Coming in like 38, like I want to fight. But hey, listen, we can make you fight. I don't know if we can take you to the high like level shows, but we'll get you a fight. We'll get you ready to win some fights. So
Mm.
we'll get them there. But yeah, man, we got classes all throughout. We got 27 fitness classes on the schedule, and we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fighting classes, and we have jiu-jitsu 6:30 Tuesday and Thursday. We're gonna make it 3 times a week. It's no gi for now, but we're gonna add the gi eventually, so we can have a belt system for everybody. Some people love no gi, some people love gi, some people love neither, some people love both.
Yeah.
I'm a no gi kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a belt system kind of dude, but hey, listen, at the end of the day, to everyone's their own. So we have a mixture of everything for anybody that wants whatever they want.
Actually,
You know.
that's sweet. Was it hard to find the place and renting it out? Good location?
Yeah, so we were looking at a few different places. My brother was kind of the guy. He was the catalyst trying to find all these spots for the gym. He found some bad areas, like I'm talking about, like hidden, not very good. And we're like, no, we're not trying to be like that.
Mm.
We want to be more in the open. And we found a spot where we're right outside the right across the street from a high school, which is
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
because that's what we're targeting. I'm gonna show you the
Actually,
sign of the gym right here. Round four gym. You know,
perfect.
we got some people. We got a guy running right now. You know what I'm saying? But we got it going on, man. But we're right across the street.
Mm.
Um, right across the street from it's called Stag High School, which has obviously I think 30 or 3 to 3,500 kids. So
Right.
there's a lot of kids in the school. So we're building slowly, and the kids are coming by day. Be like, when did this come here? Like, we were at school the other day, and we just looked away. What the hell is that? Is that a
That's
gym?
great.
And some kids, we've had a lot of kids come and sign up and want to do this. They're like, no way, a gym. I've always been looking for a gym. It's like, now you got one right next to you. We've always wanted to open up a gym and also like create a fight team, especially closer in this area. I train with Valley Flow Academy, and I love that place to death. Coach Mike is my guy. And the thing is, though, it's like, bro, that place is an hour away.
Mm.
Not a lot of people who drive an hour every day to go practice. As a professional, and obviously as someone who does this, I have to go do that, go train with high level guys. But these kids who are starting new, they're not going to drive that far. So we're trying to be the best thing in the South, in this, in the state of Illinois. For everyone who's like, yo, I'm down here and the gym's so far. There you go, bro. We're 10, 15 minutes away. Slide through, get better, let's get you going. So yeah, man, the location wasn't too bad. We found the perfect location for our gym.
That reminds me, like, because starting out, you might have even if you're established, like referral program, like, hey, if you bring someone, it's like 1 month off for you and your friend, maybe. But it's really like that. Like, you see a kid who's getting in shape, you're like, yo, what you've been doing? It's like, hey, I've been like going to this gym. Like, you want to come in? Like, there's a open mat on Saturday or whatever, and it's just slowly like
Yeah,
that. Because eventually, like, you're gonna post on social media and get like that, but just that word to mouth is so powerful.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, and we have. You're so right. It's something I found out being in business now is word of mouth is much more than everything else, bro. It's more than social media, more than everything. I thought social media was the way to go, and it is. Don't get me wrong. Social media definitely brings in people, but man, when it comes to word of mouth, we most of the people we've gotten have been I seen, I heard, this person told me, that person told me, I've been there and I seen this and I heard this. It's like, damn, let's just get it around. The two biggest things were the walk-ins and like the referrals, like people saying, hey, someone told me to come here. You know, we've had people who have been just like us. Like we made a video the other day of trying to be a funny little reel, and
Hmm.
some guy said I saw it, so I want to come in. But okay, come through.
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
know.
It's great.
Yeah,
And
so we've had.
yeah. And did you have inspiration? Like, I think I saw you at Land Down Fitness, but are you like inspired by a certain gym, like Elevation or? someone that you want to look like or been inspired to make the gym?
No,
It,
I trained at a lot of gyms. I never trained at Elevation. I trained at Factory X. I trained at Factory X in Colorado. I've trained at a few different gyms like Fusion XL. I went to for a few days. Classic Fight Team, Florida and California. Um, so I've been around and I've trained at a few different gyms. Obviously, I've been a place called up here called MTC, and now my home gym right now is Valley Flow Academy, or Valley Flow Striking. My bad. Um, and I just what's it called? I don't like try to mimic it or in any way. And also I've been in the roofer sport, but try to mimic nothing really. Try not to be like the same as everybody else. Everyone has their own style. Obviously, we take from here and here and here and here and try to put it all together because we like something from this gym, but we didn't like that part. We like this, we didn't like that. So putting it all together, we just try to mesh it all and make it like make it into one of our own, well, something we wanted. So I wouldn't say we like followed a direct like source of one thing, you know.
Sweet. And like you say, you take the good, you leave the bad. Basically, you see like, we shouldn't do this
Yeah.
or we should do that. I mean, if someone wants to open a gym, because I'm kind of looking around like down the line, let's say 10 years from now, I would like to open. Like, what advice would you have like for someone who wants to open a gym?
Open a gym and well, obviously I've been working on we've been working on this gym for a few a few months now,
Yeah.
and we finally just opened in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
I would say get the hype going
Yeah.
of a gym, and get the word out way before it even opens,
Yeah.
So don't make open up a gym and then you start telling people you opened up a gym. Be like, I'm opening up a gym. Hype it up from 2, 3, 4, 5. Hype it up for a year. Hype it up for however long you need, and then just keep it going.
Yeah.
And then keep building and saying we're almost there. This is what we're doing. This is what we got going on. We're almost. And then as soon as it opens, people come in. They flood in there. Man, we've been waiting for this,
Yeah.
and they get so excited to come in. We've had people like that, and we've been trying to hype it up from before, and we did. And
Hmm.
you know, um, yeah, I would just say like I would tell you this something I got very very good advice from somebody like a good friend and a good training partner. His name is Nick Spacek, and he owns his own gym. He's opened it for 7 years. He told me some of the best advice I got, and he goes, "Don't lowball yourself with how you charge people because you know your skill set, and don't ever lowball yourself. Don't ever make yourself less than what you are." And then we ended up figuring out the prices that we do, and just like this is what I believe in myself, as how much I'm worth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If not more. Because there's times we did this, we started here, we ended here with money and all that stuff, and it's just like this is the best advice I got because he's like, how much you need to do and how much you're worth. So he's like, maybe you need to bump it up a little bit, Maybe you need to, it's never like, oh, maybe you need to bump it down. No, it's
Yeah.
like, you need to bump it up a little bit. You need to, bro, people are going to want to come train with you. People are going to want to do this. And I was like, all right. And then, he was right, man. We did it. And I was like, me and my brother had a discussion. I was like, yo, we need to do this, bro.
Yeah.
And, as things start moving and, money started flowing. So,
Yeah.
he was not wrong, bro. Don't ever lowball yourself. Is probably the advice I got that I would tell people about opening up a gym. Don't ever lowball yourself in prices just because you're trying to make money. At the end of the day, the right people are gonna come. It's always gonna be the right people. You never have to sell to everybody. You just have to sell to the right people.
Yeah.
So if you plan on opening a gym, know you have, you know, like your eyes set on a certain type of people. Not everybody. Not everyone's gonna walk in and sign up.
Yeah.
People are gonna walk in, but never mind. Doesn't matter. Those are not the people you're targeting.
Yeah.
Just like if you open up a restaurant, you open up a steak like restaurant. Each dish is $150.
Yeah.
You don't expect everyone to come and book and be, I want to eat here. It's like no.
Yeah.
But you can have the right people come, and the right people will come often. So that's probably the best advice I'd give. That's the advice I gotten, and I love it. Helped me out a lot.
Absolutely. I was reading the books of Alex Hormozy, and now he's a big business guy, but he was a trainer in the beginning, and he was telling like
Yeah.
a gym, you're a personal trainer or whatever. It's like the pricing is a really crucial part of the business, because if you're losing money or like you don't have enough customers, something like that, the gym will not survive. And people want to get value, and they don't they're not bothered by the price if it's valuable, basically. And he said like
Exactly.
sometimes remodeling the prices really helps the people, because if you put a program where, all right, like it's gonna cost more, but now we're gonna offer this and that, the program is really
Yeah.
gonna be worth it to you, and you're gonna come, you're gonna get the result, and everybody's happy with that.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. You're right. Yeah, that guy's 100% right.
yeah,
And that's the thing. It's like you bring it in, and like we had a lot of people follow us from our old job because they knew we were moving. They're like, we want to come with you. Well, yeah, come through. And there's a lot of differences. They're like, man, we like how you guys do this. We like how you guys do this. We like. It's like we know because we took everything and tried to, I want to say make it better, but adjust to what people wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, here's this. Oh, if it's more expensive or it's the same price, why? What's going on? We do this. We do this. We do this different. We do this more. We do this better. We do longer classes. Like a fitness class used to be 50 minutes where I used to work. Now it's an hour. And people were like, man, we like that you guys give us 10 more minutes.
yeah,
It's like that 10 more minutes
yeah,
for some people are like, this is the reason I'm here. So something like that. Or, man, you guys have a bathroom. You guys have a locker room. It's like, I like that. You guys have a shower. I like that. You didn't have a shower. We have some people walk in like, you guys don't got a sauna? I'm like, bro, you're at the wrong gym, bro.
yeah,
We got no sauna. I'm like, hey, maybe eventually, but no, we don't got a sauna in this gym. So, she goes, if you guys had a sauna, I would sign up. Well, if we had a sauna, maybe a few people would sign up, but we're not here.
yeah.
That's not our target. So get out of here. But it's all just like the target audience, and what people like, what people don't like. Obviously, some things are harder, like a sauna, like maybe later. But.
Absolutely, and I already see you like maybe spotting like a second location or something like that. I mean, when you're in the game.
No, not a second location, but we do have a place right next door that we want to take, and we want to break the wall and open it up
Mm.
because we wanted to open up a big cage, a big ring. We want to have a ring, a cage. We want to have like a kind of like we already have locker rooms, but we want to add like a pool, but not like a big pool, just like like say what's it called? Not a pool, but
Um,
like a
like
hot tub.
yeah,
Like
okay,
hot tub. Like a hot tub. That's what I was trying to say. Like a hot tub.
yeah,
And places for people to go in. Maybe a sauna. I don't know. Maybe the place is huge. So
yeah,
not a second location, just expanding.
yeah,
You know. And then I think like eventually if it blows up, God willing,
mhm,
then yeah, we can build a second, third location, stuff like that. But uh, it all just depends, man. It all just depends. Like it's kind of like how gyms have affiliates. Like AK has affiliate, ATT, American Top Team has affiliates in different states, different areas of the state.
yeah,
Rufus Sport has an affiliate. So maybe something like that.
mhm.
But you got to build a brand first, and we're building slowly but surely, bro.
Absolutely. And what is it like, the reality of someone who does it full time? Basically, like your basically your job is your sport is your passion. Like, how is it having?
Uh,
Yeah,
it's funny because my friends ask me that, and they're like, "Oh, like how's it feel to work at the gym?" I've been working at the gym since I was 18. I'm 25.
yeah,
I'll tell you, man, owning your own gym and owning your own business, especially something you like, like I don't know, maybe like a chef opening, having his own restaurant.
mm,
Like for me, I don't want to leave. Sometimes I'm like, let's stay. Like we close at 9, but we don't leave till like 1:30. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? We just stay. We're like, who cares? This is ours. No one can tell us nothing. So
yeah.
it's pretty fun to be here and kind of to like have our own thing, and it's very enjoyable, bro. It's very enjoyable, and it's very very fun to be able to do what you've always wanted to do or do what you love.
Yeah,
You know?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now switch it up. I saw you had a co-main event at Alexi Perez. Oh, wait, Anthony Pettis,
It-
dude. 9 second finish. That's crazy, dude. The way I
yeah,
remember it,
yeah.
that fight was 5 months ago or something like that.
That was no. I had another fight after, but I fought in September, so that was
Mm.
3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. Yeah.
And I remember before the interview, I remembered it in a way, but I just I saw it again just to keep it fresh. It's different that I when I remember. I thought like you slid back and like we're gonna talk about this, and you just caught him clean like a Connor, like just left hand, but it was
Yeah.
actually you lit him up like you ran out of the gate and like like it's really like the aspect of some fighters are on in the first round. You know, they're not slow starters, and we can talk about like the Cheeto and the O'Malley also fight because it might have played against Cheeto. It's something that works for him usually, but against someone taller like O'Malley was bad thing. But yeah, I mean that crazy fight, 9 seconds. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I that fight was a really fun fight, obviously. And the thing was, I was getting ready for that fight in the back, and I was like very nervous for that fight. I'm usually not a person who's very nervous, and for me, I wouldn't say I'm a slow starter, but it takes I'm the type of guy that like needs to eat one to wake up and then get going.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes when I'm in the back, I'm like, man, we got a real hard work warm up right now, get my ass ready, and then let's go out there and fight. And I felt like we had a good warm up. Feel a little, like lackadaisical, a little slow, and I'm like, okay, I need to build up. Like I need to fire off.
Mm.
And before we walked out, the fight before me was going on, and I was like, yo, we better like let's burst. So burst, little sprint, burst, little sprint, and then I'm like, okay. Now we got some time before this fight.
Mm.
Fight went out there before me. 35 seconds was over. I was like, damn, it's time for us to go out. And I was kind of like, man, I don't know if I'm ready to warmed up, like ready to go. And I was stressing out a little bit. I was like, damn, bro. Like, okay. I'm like, bro, it's okay. I got to go. I got to fight this dude. Like,
Yes,
got
man.
ready. We trained hardest out for this fight. And then and I was fighting in Indiana, which is very close to my home state of Chicago. And, man, as soon as I seen the crowd and I was walking out, I felt like,
Mm.
the energy was awesome, bro. I felt amazing. I was like, man, I feel ready to go.
Mm.
Felt like I had all my people behind me. And then in my mind, I was expecting 15 minutes, man. I was expecting the fight. Dude was pretty good, and I checked his past fights out. He had a good record, and I knew I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a tough fight. Dude's gonna come out to fight. Dude's no slouch anywhere. His wrestling's really good. His striking, his jiu-jitsu. So I'm like, this guy, he's pretty good everywhere. There's not really a hole in his game. And then as soon as we got in the cage, I was like, okay, let me go up there, and I knew what he was gonna do. I had a feeling like, and I was watching his fights. I was like, man, he's gonna throw right down the middle. I'm gonna slip off to the left and throw a cross or an overhand, catch him. And I went out there and we touched gloves, and I was like, all right, let's be smart. And then I was like, I'm gonna throw a check hook. He threw right away, so I check hook him, and as soon as I hit him with the hook, I seen him go, and I was like, oh damn, just like that. So I was like, okay. And then I knew he was gonna throw a jab cross, so I slipped off. I threw an overhand, clipped him on top of his head, and that's when I knew. I was like, wow, I sprung him twice, and I'm like, I know he's like, he's not there. So I started just going, and what's funny was, this is, I guess, just from all the years of work and training and building. I thought in my mind, I was just swinging. So I was like, I'm just swinging, and I knocked him down, knocked him out. I looked back at the fight, and as soon as I clipped him with the two shots, the hook and the overhand, he was on wobbly feet. I switched to lefty, and I just started hitting right hook, cross, right hook, left hook, uppercut, right hook, and then the right hook as a lefty clipped him, and then when he went down, I knew in the fight when I was throwing, because I rung him, I was like, all I told myself was just throw and aim a little lower, aim at his chin. I was like, you're going to find his chin. And as soon as I clipped him, he fell like a pile of bricks, And I knew he was out. I hit him. He fell. I looked at him like this. I'm like, damn, he's out. But then he woke up right away. So I was like, okay, let me go back down there and start hitting him some more. And the ref called it. I was like, yeah, I'm like, good. The dude's out, bro. Like, the dude went to sleep, woke back up. And, yeah, man, after the fight was walking around, it was weird because, the crowd blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was walking around, I'm like, hell yeah, that's pretty cool. But in my mind, I was like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't know why, like, everyone's going so crazy. Like, it's cool. Like, it's not do it out, but whatever. Then my brothers, my corners, like, oh shit, hell yeah, blah blah. But when we were doing the announcing and they were about to raise my hand, they're like 9 seconds. I was like, 9 seconds. In
Nice.
my mind, I thought it was 45 seconds. I thought it was almost I thought it was close to a minute. That's what I felt. Yeah, so when they called in like knockout in 9 seconds, I was like, 9 seconds? I was literally like, no way. I was like, that fight lasted at least 40 seconds, a minute minimum. But
Okay.
I guess I watched the fight back and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because when you're in the fight, it's such a different feeling than watching the fight. Because when I watched back the fight, I was like, wow, this is not what I thought would happen. That is not what I thought. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty cool to see. And it was obviously a very memorable moment in my career. It was amazing. I'll never forget that moment. It was freaking electrifying.
That's
And it put like a satisfaction in my heart and my soul. The fact that like I knocked dude out in 9 seconds. And it was a very good, tough dude. Like he wasn't no pushover. I didn't go and knock out a guy who was 1-22. You know what I'm saying? Dude had a good record. He was 5-1. He was a big boy. He missed weight by 4 pounds, bro. He was 149 and a half pounds. He was huge. He was like 6'1", and he had some muscle on him. And I'm like, man, this guy is a big ass 45er, you know. And I've seen all the comments before, and they're like, he's small. This guy's small compared to you, bro. You're so big compared to him. You're gonna dog him. And I'm like, man, they don't know about this strength. They don't know about this power. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I don't let this get to me. But yeah, bro, I ended up going and doing that 9 seconds is crazy to me. And I always told myself, I'm like, man, that shit never that shit does not happen. And it's like very hard. I'll do it again. 9 seconds is
yeah.
something that's not normal. Like that doesn't just happen. There you go. No, it's not normal for it to happen. But it's some cool stuff, man. Thank God, and life always goes. You get some, you get to take some. But that night was my night, and it was a good night for sure. It was a memorable night. I'll never forget that night ever.
That's sweet. Going home healthy after a fight is so short. You're home, man. But that's what it is.
It's funny. It's funny as two things. One, I would always make a prayer. I'm Muslim, so I do doing a lot of praying, pray 5 times a day, and I make a lot of that, which is like a prayer. And I always make prayers for my fights, and I always put my hands up before I go into the cage, and I always make the prayer. And I'm always like, man, this one specifically, I was like, man, like, please let me be able to get in, get out, not get hurt. Let me do my thing, like let me just be safe, and let us both be good and healthy, and just let me win, and let me get a finish fast. I just said fast, and then I'm like, wow, okay, that worked. And then a week before, I had a dude who was like, he was one of my sponsors. He messaged me. He goes, yeah, I sponsor you guys. Got cool. And he goes, God willing, you go and knock this dude out in seconds.
Oh.
I was yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, for sure, in seconds. Okay. I was like, man, this is the type of guy I don't know nothing. He wasn't wrong, bro. This guy predicted it. I was like, damn, bro, I need you more in my life, But it's just a crazy situation because you never expect, like, hey, yeah, my phone was 9 seconds,
Yeah.
because after that fight for like a month, my friends would always be like, bro, this dude knocked out some dude in 9 seconds. What do you do? It's like, relax. It's just because it's a feat that really doesn't happen,
No.
because me and all my brothers fight, so we were talking about, like, bro, 9 seconds is crazy. Like, you really went out there, did something in less than 10 seconds, went home. You got paid for 9 seconds. Like, it's crazy,
Absolutely. Rogan was talking about it's basically the only sport where he can be so good that the allowed time can be shortened. Because if you're
Yeah.
a good football team, you cannot just win in the first round and then go home. It's like fighting is just that sport. Like you can dust a dude in
Yeah.
9 seconds.
And that's the thing. I was saying how I would always tell this to my friends, because my friends, I'm like the MMA guy to them.
Yeah.
Baseball, football, I love all the sports, but this is the only sport you could be losing every second, and win
Yeah.
at the end. You can finish it. For example, if you're down by 4 touchdowns with a minute left, you're not gonna win. There's no way of winning when it comes to football. When you're up by 30, you're losing by 30, you're not winning in basketball. So all that stuff is crazy compared to MMA, because MMA is the wildest, most unpredictable sport in the world.
Absolutely. I mean,
There will be nothing like.
If so,
boxing too.
if someone wants to see a crazy, it was Yair Rodriguez versus Korean Zombie. Just an elbow.
Yeah,
And, like, first of all, it's probably the only elbow that I can remember. Like, because it's a crazy angle. Basically, you duck and then you go up.
yeah,
It's insane. Unpredictable. Like, wide man leg break or, you know, Anderson Silva leg break. You never know. You never know. I mean, but like you
yeah,
said yourself, you're anticipating 15 minutes, and most fights doesn't finish like this, like 9 seconds. It's like 2 rounds, 3 rounds, decision.
yeah. I ended up like it's funny you talk about Yair because I ended up training with Yair. I think we talked about
Yeah,
this
a
in
little
the
bit.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, seeing all his crazy shit that he does and all of that
Mm.
stuff is, you could see how this guy ended up doing something like that. You
Oh,
know,
really?
it's not something that just happened. That guy is crazy. He does the craziest shit in the world. So that stuff is what makes MMA the craziest thing. And a lot of people expect 15 minutes.
Mm.
Some people expect. Some people say, "Oh man, I'm expecting to kill this guy. Give me
Mm.
one round." Next thing you know, they're in a 15-minute dogfight. They're like, "Shit, bro! Like this is, you know, they're in a dogfight. You know." Um, so you never know. MMA could be either or, either way.
Absolutely. And you talked about watching the fight, so the aspect of footage, watching yourself or watching your opponent, how important is it? And like, do you do it a lot? Because I heard I think it was Cowboy Cerrone or something like that who said like you want to watch it or let your coaches watch it because you don't want to see a guy just knocking people's out the whole week. Basically, it's like it's not like you're like, oh man, this guy is
It's
really
not good
good
for your,
actually. Yeah,
yeah,
mentally,
it's not good
exactly.
for your mind, for sure. I mean, I'll say this. I remember my first amateur fight. My first amateur fight, my first ever fight. They gave me this dude. He was a kickboxer, and I'm a wrestler. And they brought him to me, and they're like, "Yo, we got you your first fight." I was like, "All right, cool. I'll take him." I said yes. My coach said yes. I didn't watch him. I go and I started watching him, and I was like, "Wow, this guy is scary."
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this dude. It looks like he hits hard. He kicks hard. I'm not trying to fight that guy, but I was like, I already said yes. I gotta fight
Mhm.
him. And I was like, it's all good. I'll just go do my thing. It'll be no problem.
Mhm.
So I went out there. I got rocked right away. And
Wow.
I was like, oh shit. Took him down. Second round, got rocked right away again. And I'm like, this guy is hitting way too hard.
Mhm.
And I feel it was a little bit of both.
Mhm.
One, I was young. I was 18, and then I didn't process on the stuff he likes to do. And two, I did over obsess on the stuff he liked to do, so it made me feel like I was really scared fighting this guy.
Yeah.
You know. So with that being said, I feel like there's a happy medium between it. You don't got to go and obsess over watching your guy fight, but you should definitely dissect it. Your coach could do it. You could do it. You could both do it. I personally don't care. I personally don't think it's a way. Like, you would like your coach to watch him and see what he does, but also, you know, you can always also just be. I watched him. This is what he likes to do, and this is what I'm like getting ready for. You know. So
Absolutely. And I think it was obsessing over it. Like Uriah Hall, his first fight was against Chris Weidman, and he said,
yeah,
and he said, I think he wasn't even in the UFC. He said, I was so upset by the takedown that I got knocked out. The guy came in like it's a basic dilemma of going to against a grappler. Basically, it's either overhand right or it's the takedown. And like if you're just
yep,
obsessing, you're gonna get clipped.
over a takedown, 100%. And that's the hard thing about fights, and people don't understand. It's like, oh, he just wrestles, or he just strikes. In MMA, at the end of the day, the wrestler can knock out the kickboxer. The kickboxer can out wrestle the wrestler. You know,
Yeah.
it's all based off of MMA. It's not a one style. It's not one martial art. You're not going out there just to kickbox somebody. You're not going out there just to wrestle. Like, if you expect the guy to come wrestle, and like you said, you're like, oh, takedown, takedown, takedown. Next thing you know, he fakes a shot and you sprawl and he throws a knee and he knocks you out and you're like, I thought this dude was gonna shoot. You never know. So you can't over obsess over that stuff. But some people do feel you gotta take it with a grain of salt and not go too crazy. You know, and just relax a little bit and simmer down with it. I personally, I like watching film on my guy. I watched film on that dude so much. I literally knew what he was going to do from the start of the fight right away. And that's why I felt like I was able to find the finish so fast. A lot of people are like, oh, fluke, this, that. I studied that guy. I knew his game more than he knew his game. I read him like a book. I watched all his fights. I was like, this is what he does, this is what he does, you know? And I had a fight just recently, too, in
Yep.
just in November. And I think one of my biggest things is knowing how somebody fights because I adapt to their style because I feel like I'm very good everywhere. So I'm able to adapt to a style. The last guy they gave me, I had 4 people pull out on me, and they gave me a veteran of like 20 fights. And I didn't really have too much time to study. I watched some of his fights, but I didn't get the detail by detail. And I ended up losing that fight by decision.
Yep.
And it sucked because I knew, first of all, he was training for another fight, so I knew he was ready to fight. And he came out and he did his style. After I watched the fight over and over and over and over and over again, and then I watched his other fights, I'm like, man, he has the same exact tactics. I'm like, I wish, and you always say, I wish this could have been, at the end of the day, he beat me. But I'm just like, man, if I had a little bit more time to study the guy, I would have been able to read him a little better, you know? I knew what he would have done in a certain situation, but it all God's plan, man, you know?
Absolutely.
Like we say. So we're all good, but,
Yeah.
you know, we're here, man. We're here.
Absolutely. I mean, staying calm in the fight, that's really important, it's crucial. And maybe the best example of, like you said, the grappler, like knocking out the kickboxer. I mean, Strickland versus Adesanya. You have someone with over 100 fights. It was over 70 plus kickboxing fight, and he got beat on the feet. Basically, he didn't
Yeah.
he hasn't been out grappled.
He didn't take his one shot. He got outstruck. Just crazy.
Right. Exactly.
That's
I
exactly.
mean, I was part of the people who was like, "There's no way Strickland, like, he just got knocked
Me
out
both.
by Alex."
Era, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Man, you, bro. Man, you both, bro.
wow, that's great,
You
and
know.
it's crazy. Like, you said, like, people said it's a fluke. That's crazy. People who really says that thing. No way.
Yeah. People say it's fluke. Yeah, people are like, oh, it's a fluke. I was like, yeah, fluke. They're like, let's run it back. I was like, why run it back? The fight's over, like, for 9 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
you
it's
know, like people can say that. People can say that about like Ben Askren and Jorge, and it's like you can say it's a fluke, but at the end of the day, bro, he put him out. You know, he
yeah.
changed his life. So, yeah, people talk. It is what it is.
And it's probably people who doesn't fight.
Yes, exactly. It's the people who don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah,
You know.
that's crazy. But it's
Yeah.
really like the game plan. Was there a game plan versus with that win in 9 seconds, or was it you knew it? Like, it was not like, okay, I'm gonna just keep a distance, or I'm gonna keep it in the center. It was really
I mean, yeah. There was a game plan for sure. The game plan was more of taking like making sure what's it called with the guy, making sure I like kept my pace, put a pace on the guy, and try to like get after him. And obviously that was way out of what actually happened,
yeah.
you know. And yeah, man, it was quick action. Like I thought it was gonna be 15 minutes, and I had a game plan of I was like, I'm gonna get after him, I'm gonna touch him up, I'm gonna wrestle him, I'm gonna move up, move out, left and right,
Yeah.
forward, back, cut angles, and go in. So all that didn't come into fruition because it was even better. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
So yeah, man.
And we recently had a second fight between O'Malley versus Cheeto Vera. Honestly, I was
Yeah.
so hyped for that fight. I mean, I love Cheeto, I love Sugar. Like, Sugar, like, he might be the best striker. He might, be in the top pound for pound. Like, I mean, we got Ilya
Yeah.
Tapura right now, but what did you think of that fight, man?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very disappointed in Cheeto. I was so I was never the biggest fan of Cheeto. I always thought his skill set wasn't the highest, but obviously he's a demon. Like he's a dog. He's got the dog in him. I thought he was gonna bring it out again against Sean O'Malley, but completely wrong, bro. He did not look good. Sean O'Malley, he made Sean O'Malley look like a world beater, like the best, the greatest guy. And I don't think Sean is. I think Sean O'Malley's skill set is super high. Like, don't get me wrong, his thing is super, super high, But in my eyes, I'm just like, man, this is this shouldn't have been that bad. I thought it should have been closer. At least Cheeto didn't get finished, I guess. But I was very disappointed in the fight. Very disappointed in Cheeto. Pretty impressed by Sean O'Malley, but I really do think Sean O'Malley loses against Marab.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
I
that's
was more hyped for Volk and Ilya Taporia. That fight, at 40, I'm a 45 or so. For me, I was like, man, that fight got me hyped.
really.
You know?
And
Yeah.
I mean, those divisions are crazy, 35 and 45. But I mean, talking about Topuria, like it's incredible. This guy confidence is insane. I
I
mean,
know. Yeah. He made his own documentary before he won the title.
I know
And I'm like,
it was
that's
15 and 0. He put his IG undefeated 15 and 0 champ with the picture of the belt.
yeah.
That's crazy.
The dude is built different. People don't do that. That's Conor McGregor type stuff right there. So
Yeah.
you know, that type of confidence can either boost you to the top or run you straight into the ground. So it's risky. But if you have that much self belief, man,
Yeah.
you do what you got to do. You know.
I mean, but how much does the place where you come from plays into it? Like you see the Dagestanis, like it's a different style over there, and like Topuria being Spanish and Georgian,
Yeah.
it has to play into it since there's a big wrestling aspect to the athlete in Georgia. I mean, when you see Marab, you see like there's grappling to it, but
Yeah, they're all very alike. They're all very alike. I think it's the mixture of having the full skill set of everything, having the striking, having the striking, the grappling, the power, just the skill set everywhere. So I feel like that's where they get the that's where they get all the confidence from,
absolutely you don't really have a choice. Like
Yeah,
it's a,
it's usually the guys that are from the different countries that have that full confidence.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a weird thing. It's a weird dynamic, but I guess it's a real thing.
But you got to be good everywhere. I mean, talking about Topuria, he did finish Ryan Hall. He finished
Yeah,
Bryce Mitchell.
yeah.
Competent black belts.
Two very very good black belts. Yeah, very good grapplers. People don't
Absolutely,
do that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And but
right. So
we're talking about O'Malley versus Vera. I mean, clearly the height advantage is huge when you talk about Sanhagen, O'Malley. Being like you said, like 6 foot 6'1" is just it's something to consider.
yeah, Sean O'Malley, his height and everything, 100%,
Don't worry.
100%. Yeah, he's like a specimen kind of person.
Yeah.
Very good striking, very huge. 35, humongous, very big for a 35er. It's a crazy thing, man. This sport is crazy. Like for example, you're very tall.
Yeah.
Like you fought before, right?
Yeah, 6'5",
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you're a tall man, bro.
I mean,
So, hey, check me out real quick.
sure.
Check me out. I'm about to play some golf with the boys. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Yeah, so we're here, but yeah, bro, the length and everything in MMA is a huge aspect, and I feel like Sean O'Malley being so like tall for a 35er, which is not common, him and Corey Sandhagen,
Yeah.
make it very tough for these guys to be able to like do things to him, such as Cheeto. Cheeto beat him the first time, but didn't really matter the second time around.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about fakes, these are against two guys who do it well movement. But Tim
Yeah.
Welsh and Sugar, they have a good camp in.
They have a very good connection. They've been with each other for a long time, so that obviously plays a part in how much like success he's had.
Absolutely. Hey man, thank you for your time. It was great. I mean,
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Again. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on, bro. Hopefully we'll see each other again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you. Have a nice day, man.
You too, bro.